Hey there guys, and welcome to another Factorio Reddit Weekly. I'm Xterminator, and thank you for joining me. And today we are, as always, going over the top post for the last week. And we're just going to start right here. It looks like we got something to do with a car. Oh, I remember looking at this one. Missed a tree while clearing a base? Don't worry, this handy device will find it for you in the dark. Yes, so basically, there's a joke about hitting pretty much every single thing possible when driving the car. Whether it includes power poles or trees or things or assemblers or whatever, it really seems like every time you get into a car, you manage to just hit something. That's the breaking tree. If I had an iron plate for every time I did this, I could run a full blue belt of this stuff. 40 trees per second is pretty impressive. Oh man, at least he did not find the rails. Yeah, man, the steering, I find the steering in Factorio to be so difficult, especially in multiplayer, but that's just there's latency, that's kind of typical, but like, even in single player, I find the handling in the car to be really, really difficult to use. Two kinds of Factorio players. Okay, so, Biter's running a C block. This is like a reference. You can see here. They're showing a picture of another post, and there's Biter's, and then... and then the post. Make it into a zoo, get the artillery. So, two different types of players. Oh my gosh. Okay, so that's linking it. Just do it before they evolve wings. Dude, shut up, the devs will get ideas. I think flying enemies would actually be interesting if there was some decent way to combat them. Find difference. Corporate needs you to find the difference between this picture and this picture. They're the same picture. They're not though. This one's more compressed. 017 is bigger, and look at the bins. They're different. Yes. Oh my gosh. 17 version has one less pixel per circuit / gear. Yes. So that's in reference to the Friday facts. Where they reduce the distance between items on belts so the belts can carry more. My new favorite background. Wait, what? You can have animated backgrounds? I think I knew this, but I never thought of it as Factorio? Really? Okay, yeah, see, I didn't think that was like a Windows thing. Is it possible? Okay, so wallpaper engine. It's a few bucks on Steam. So there you go. If you want like what's the word? I just blanked, guys. I'm sorry. If you want an animated is the word. If you want an animated background, definitely check that out. Wallpaper source. So you can check it out here. I suppose we can just look at it together. Factorio Laboratory. Okay, so this is the actual thing. You would then still need the engine. Got a good taste in games. What does he have on his computer here? Superflight, Stardew Valley, Factorio, Roller Coaster Tycoon 2. Hell yeah! Roller Coaster Tycoon, I think is what that is. City Skyline. That's a very good taste in games. Portal 2, Half-Life. Nice. Force directed graph of all recipes in Factorio. Oh dear lord. This is like what my brain tries to do when playing Bob's Angels. New reactor, red force. Okay, so this is like night vision. Interesting. This is showing like I think the heavier lines are like what requires more. Not entirely sure how that works. I'm really bad at understanding graphs. Let's look at the comments. Do you mind explaining for the uneducated? Yeah. This is a physics simulation. And in my case, there are forces repelling nodes, vertices, items, and links, edges, attracting items. I've updated broken link. Current proximity to other items. Okay, interesting. That's really cool. Played 16 hours in 2 days. I've had this game. Holy hell, dude. 8 hours a day. Stayed up till 4 a.m. both nights without noticing. I thought these stories were exaggeration. Why would you play 16 when there are 48? Very inefficient. Oh no, it's just encouraging them. Glorious, glorious spaghetti. Is this V's base? And it's not, but it looks like it. It's entirely too nice, too neat, optimal, unlikely, but it's decently satisfying to look at. I mean, I would say this is pretty spaghetti, dude. I mean, this is pretty nuts. This would make a really cool background for sure. The bases like that are always so fun to look at. Does anyone have any tips on how to improve my factory? I'm pretty new. April Fools for this year to make it playable or a texture mod. Yeah, this is like, wow. I think this is like the first version of Factorio or something. They're literally like hand-drawn trees. It's hilarious. Oh my god. Great way to kill time at 30,000 feet. I love it. And look at the scratches on that window. And landing, please put away the laptop. No, I still need to automate my iron. Upgrade package for roundabout 33% throughput increase. No deconstruction required. Okay, so you add these things in the middle. That's interesting. I think, didn't we see, like last week, didn't we see one with this like already built fully? Pretty sure we did. I'm getting pretty good at Factorio. I come here to remind myself you are all way beyond me. This shit people do here blows my mind every time. It's the reason I love games like this. Yeah, I mean, the stuff people do in Factorio is just mind-blowing. That's awesome. Friday facts, of course. Awesome. Getting belt buffs and stuff. What does R Factorio think of my crazy temporary science sushi belt? It's colorful. I'm usually not a fan of sushi belts. They can work. I just don't see the point. It likes you could eventually fill it up with red, green, complot. Oh, okay. So that was an issue, but he's fixed it. That it could fill up with red and green. Interesting. They learned that if given more storage chests and different items, robots will sort it without you manually having to filter the chest. Took down my starter bus because I wanted to build a train base and unload it all at my mall. So if you have more storage chests than different items... Wait, really? I did not know this. Today I learned. I guess I've never had more chests than I did types of items. Correct. The way bots choose where to store stuff in storage chests is in this order. This is the earliest. So the earliest place filter chests without that item already in it. The earliest place empty chests. Earliest place unfiltered chests with space in it. Hang out in midair and bitch at you about no stored space. Wow. So this is really. I truly did not know this, guys. That's really cool. So if you have just tons of storage chests, like way more than the actual different amount of items you have, then apparently they will sort it themselves, which is really neat. I remember when this one ore patch of copper could support my whole base. I love how it just pales in comparison to this copper plate bus here. On the other hand, you keep your base impressive clean, and the other you leave resources in the ground and crushing materials with itself. Yes. I think whoever posted that electrical wire trick a week or so ago, you made this satisfying factory possible. Oh wow, that's really nice looking. Oh yeah, the shift clicking a power pole to snip wires. Or you can also just take a copper wire and go like place it as if you're placing it normally on top of one that already exists, and that should get rid of it too, kind of like how you do with circuit wires. Celebrating the beginning of 2019 by launching my first rocket ever. Happy New Year, everybody. Yes, Happy New Year, guys. As a tip for next time, try using productivity modules. Yeah, this is super important, guys. Productivity module your silos always. You can save so many materials, as this person says. Instead of needing 1,000 of each of the 3 items, the low densities, control units, and rocket fuel, you only end up needing 715 of each, which is a massive decrease. Way cheaper. As was discussed earlier today, pressure suit loadout, this is mine 99% of the time. Excuse me. So they have 4 exos, 5 Roboport Mark IIs on night vision, and what is that, 6 batteries. I think this is far too many Roboports for the amount of power this has. Granted, it does have 6 batteries, but even so, these Roboports consume so much power. I just think I'll serve as a big build without making me crawl. They learned exoskeleton stack. Oh no, seriously, this person didn't know. Yes, and Roboport range increases with each Roboport. Never even played this game. Oh my god. Yeah, so pretty much everything in a suit will stack except night vision, obviously. You can only get so night vision. But personal laser defenses will stack. Obviously, fusion reactors, Roboports, exoskeletons, batteries, shields. Happy New Year, fellow Factorians. Think about take care of it is more efficient. I too like to live dangerously. Oh my lord. What the hell is this? I'm really wondering what this is. It looks like they're using the black market mod or something, but I'm wondering what this is. This is a ton of pollution. You're aware that concrete doesn't absorb pollution. There's no ordinary concrete, for this is refined concrete. Grass does. Yes, grass does absorb pollution, as does trees, as does desert even, but very, very little. In fact, if we look here quickly, pollution per tick. So these absorb it. See, so even path tiles, see, so 0. But even so, water is the second worst after concrete and stuff. Pretty much just all water. Desert is obviously not great, but desert does also absorb pollution, just not as well. So, if you didn't know that, my Science Pack 2 factory, what do you think of it? Hey, I like it. I kind of like how they've done this kind of flaring out and back in type of deal here. Same throughput, 1 from each side. Oh yeah, you definitely don't need 3 per thing. Reminder that you can disable smoke steam if your computer struggles when you're near a power station. Yeah, this is really true, guys. In your settings, you can get rid of show smoke and show clouds, or steam, rather. I would disable clouds always anyway. But you can do this if you lag, like FPS lag out and stuff when you're near your power. Helps a lot. Biter's running a C block. Oh yeah, well this is the thing we saw that was referenced. The Engineer R63 concept art redesign. Oh dude, that is so cool. I love this, how they take it apart. Got like the backpack, the gloves, the torso, lower torso, head. Yeah, I love this art. This is so cool. This is really, really impressive. I always wish I could draw like this. This is so cool. Who wants an aneurysm? Oh dear God. Oh no. This is actually where I got the suggestion to do the, here. This is where I got the suggestion to do the Power Grid Comb mod. Yes, this is like, holy hell, dude. I think they actually used this picture in the mod portal thing for the mod. 10 hours in, and I now understand the hype. Yes. Welcome to the club. One good tip, press Alt. Gone are the days of me not knowing what I was assembling. Seriously, I've said it time and time again. Why is this not on by default? I know they say it's like going to be overwhelming to new players, but don't you think it's a little better to have things be slightly overwhelming to new players with what's on the screen than for them to have no freaking clue what they're actually making after they select it because you can't see what's being made? Like I can't imagine playing that way, where just nothing in your factory is displaying what it's making. So you have to like tell by what's being put on the belts and follow the belts around. I totally think that should be on by default, or just like a very, very obvious tip that's displayed or something. But yeah, so there we go, guys. That one was actually pretty quick. Some really, really good stuff though. Love this art. Some funny posts. Really neat. Some kind of cool upgrade stuff for sure. Cool graph. But yeah, I think that's going to do it, guys. As always, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Leave any thoughts below. And until next time, I look forward to seeing you all, and do take care.